Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Vashan Brown. CARICOM leaders say the region must action plans to diversify revenues. The calls were renewed at the Caribbean Economic Forum put on by the Central Bank of Barbados. Javon Keys reports.
Even before the pandemic, the need for diversifying the region's revenue streams was on the agenda. However, with primary growth sectors coming to a halt due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says the primary focus on tourism in the region has to shift.
We should definitely be making steps to diversify our economies, even as we seek to maximize on tourism and to grow tourism as quickly as possible. But that should not be the sum total of our economic strategy. Our economic strategy has to be wider and broader and embrace other ambitions.
He says locally there have been strategic steps in this direction.
And we have sought to diversify away from that. We have been making big inroads into business process outsourcing across that vertical with different stages of the value add chain. We are also seeking to ensure that we can get a strong foothold in logistics, given Jamaica's proximity to the trade coming through the Panama Canal between between China and the eastern seaboard of the United States.
Meanwhile, CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett says the region has to take steps now.
What we do in education is important. What we do in terms of making business easier to be conducted, that is the whole issue of doing business in the region, and the ease with which it is done is something that is always brought forward on the table. So we have to address all of those issues, and we need to address them not only to attract international investment, but to also make regional and domestic investment something that we incentivize.
For the Business Day, I'm Javon Keys.
Cygnus Credit Investments raised 4.3 billion Jamaican dollars by way of a private placement. The deal was arranged by Cygnus Capital with Scotia Investments Jamaica as co-arranger. The proceeds will be used to finance growth of the company's investment portfolio across the region. The bond issue was oversubscribed by about 29%. It's costing an average $155.87 for the U.S. currency. $124.17 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar, $205.55 for the pound, and $179.43 for the euro. The JC Index lost 1,558 points, while the Junior Market Index declined by 17 points. Among today's winners were 138 Student Living, Lumber Depot, JMMB Group 7.25% variable preference shares, Caribbean Cream, and Cargo Handlers. While on the losing side, Caribbean Assurance Brokers, Radio Jamaica, Express Catering, AMG Packaging and the Paper Company, and Proven Investments US dollar shares. And that's the Business Day. I'm Vashan Brown. Have a good evening.